Same time, a little girl named Goldilocks, with golden curls and a sense of adventure, was wandering through the woods. Her curiosity led her to the bear's charming home. Finding the door ajar, she stepped inside, her eyes wide with wonder. Next, she spied 3 chairs. Climbing onto the big chair, she found it too hard. The medium chair was too soft, and when she tried the small one, it was just right. But oh no, it broke under her weight. Tired from her adventures, Goldilocks ventured upstairs and discovered 3 beds. The first was too firm, the second too lumpy, but the last one was perfect. She snuggled in and fell fast asleep. They moved to the living room. "Someone's been sitting in my chair," said Papa Bear. "Mine too," echoed Mama Bear. "And mine is broken," cried Baby Bear. In the bedroom, they found Goldilocks still sleeping. "Someone's been sleeping in my bed," said Papa Bear. "And mine," added Mama Bear. "Someone's in my bed right now," exclaimed Baby Bear. The moral of the story: respect others' belongings and privacy. It's important not to take what doesn't belong to you. This important lesson was learned by Goldilocks that day, and she became a more respectful and considerate girl. In a vibrant meadow, where laughter of children often echoed and the sun painted the sky in hues of gold, a magnificent rose bush stood, its rich crimson blossoms adored by all. Among these blossoms was a rose more stunning than her sisters, with petals delicate yet strong, and a color so deep it could rival a sunset. She knew she was beautiful, and she held her head high, believing she was the envy of the meadow. One day, the proud rose noticed a withered purple daisy growing at her base. Wrinkling her petals in disapproval, she whispered to the wind, "Why must such unsightly flowers grow near me? I am far too lovely to be associated with these wretched daisies." The wind, ever the traveler, carried her words past the sunflowers who nodded wisely, over the playful lilies who giggled amongst themselves, and over to the gentle oak tree who had seen many summers come and go. The oak swayed gently and whispered back to the rose, "Does not the beauty of a meadow come from the diversity of its flowers?" But the rose, vain and unyielding, merely tossed her splendid head in response. "Beauty such as mine should shine alone," she declared. Days turned into weeks, and the weather began its slow transition into stormy moods. The sunflowers, daisies, lilies, and even the oak tree braced themselves against the gathering clouds' inevitable fury. As the storm raged through the meadow, the proud rose's stem creaked, and her petals were battered by the relentless rain and wind. In the aftermath, the rose surveyed her once proud form with despair. Her petals, torn and spent, lay scattered across the earth. As she mourned what she had lost, she noticed the withered daisy standing sturdily upright, gently nodding as if comforting her. "How do you still stand?" the rose asked incredulously. The daisy replied, "Though I may seem fragile, my roots go deep, and I am surrounded by friends who shield me from the storm." The rose paused in thought, and then humbly said, "Perhaps I have much to learn about true beauty and strength." From that day on, the rose learned to embrace her fellow flowers, understanding that her beauty was enriched by their presence, not diminished. And so, the meadow thrived in harmonious splendor, each flower contributing its unique charm to the tapestry of nature's wonder. In a small village nestled amidst green rolling hills, there lived 2 farmers, Ravi and Anil. Both were neighbors and friends, well known for helping each other with farming tasks. But the 2 had very different approaches to farming. Ravi was cautious and traditional. He relied on the old methods passed down through generations, believing that they held the wisdom of ages. Anil, on the other hand, was curious and open-minded. He loved experimenting and finding new ways to improve his farming techniques and boost the yield. One year, the rain was sparse, and the whole village faced the risk of a poor harvest. Ravi stuck to the tried and tested methods, praying for the rain to come. Meanwhile, Anil decided to try something different. He had heard about a new way of irrigation that used less water but promised to nourish the crops adequately. Intrigued, Anil quickly set up a rainwater harvesting system that collected whatever little rain did fall. Then, using pipes, he slowly distributed the collected water to his fields using the new method he had learned about. Weeks passed, and the villagers watched closely. Ravi's fields looked dry and weary, straining for rain. He worried constantly, assessing the earth for clumps and dryness. Anil's fields, however, glowed with health and abundance, a testament to his willingness to try something new. As the harvest season arrived, Ravi despaired at the sight of his meager crops. Meanwhile, Anil had a flourishing field and a bountiful harvest, enough to sustain him and share with neighbors. Seeing this, Ravi realized the importance of adapting and learning. He approached Anil, not with jealousy, but with curiosity. He wanted to learn how this new method worked, how it could change the way farming was done. Anil welcomed Ravi with open arms and taught him everything he knew. Together, they spread this knowledge throughout the village, ensuring everyone would benefit. The village soon thrived even in dry seasons, their resilience and adaptability a lesson for all to embrace change. The moral of the story is, be open to learning and adapting new methods, for growth comes with embracing change and innovation.